go to Santiago would be the only other choice here. He turned westbound onto, okay, tag him. They're just hanging back. Okay. Oh. He's talking to him. Anybody else out here? Yeah. Maybe to stay out of Rackett's airspace. It already is. What street is this? Town. He's hung up on this. He's on the phone. It's right underneath us. Palmaris and Mission. Why they don't box him, I never know. Yeah, well, they could, of course, it's, you know, Sunday morning quarterback here. Something or other, or else he's lost. Thanks. It looks like that's a CHP. I don't know what they're. I don't know.
Mode because we don't have any indications that the suspect is armed or violent. They've slowed down, and this is an opportunity simply to just watch where they go. And certainly, if they go to a house or something, a perimeter can be set up and a containment can be done, and the person can be taken into custody. As opposed to when you have a high-speed chase and they back off. That historically has not worked well.
Now, what we're seeing, there are obviously vehicles in pursuit. Are they calling ahead? Are there people at other intersections, do you think?
Well, yeah. Right now, the air unit is calling it for the officers on the ground, which is always a good thing. That alleviates them from a huge workload, and it gives the air unit an overall perspective of what's coming up as far as cross traffic and places where the person might abandon their vehicle and take off running. So it's really just a slow follow at this point.
You wonder as you're watching this slow follow if the driver, and again, we easily fall into speculation, but this driver ran fast to begin with and now has been driving for a pursuit safely. If that's really his way of saying, I don't really want this, I'd like this to end, I'm not sure how to do it.
Yeah, and of course, maybe somebody has contacted him on a cell phone. Believe it or not, as you know, when you're on your cell phone, sometimes you're a little bit distracted, and that there may be somebody that's actually talking to them that's calming them down, and it's giving them suggestions or actually instructions. Just slow down and just let the thing go slowly.
So what we are hearing on some of the scanner traffic that this guy may possibly be armed. Have you been able to hear anything? And of course that changes everything.
That certainly does. And again, whenever you have an armed suspect, you have to remember that you want to be close to them because proximity equals control. And when you don't have somebody close to them, you can see a situation like we saw the other night where a suspect gets out and goes in and takes hostages, for instance, in a restaurant. That can happen in a residence or a business. But remember now, police are always going to, take the assumption that this person is armed at the end of the pursuit. That's why you see them do a high-risk felony stop.
There is also right now, we are hearing, let's see what's happening here. Oh, a stop right by police.
Yeah, he stopped right here. Now
this is a dangerous moment.
Yeah, it is in the respect that, looks like the officer's approaching him. So this could very well be the end of it right here.
That local police there, Officer Figueroa?
No, that's our that is that patrol car there.
Yeah, it definitely looks like he's trying to make some sort of communication, or they are.
They're talking, guns are drawn. They're certainly being cautious. But that's interesting.
And he takes off again. And what we're looking at is a black Tacoma that was originally, they tried to pull him over for a traffic violation, possibly speeding. Got up to 90 miles an hour on the 210 at times, and now it's kind of slowed down. He's been careful, but this pursuit not ending. We've seen him pull over a few times, or at least try to make some communication, but he has not stopped. We just saw it again, and then he pulled away.
Well, we don't see that too often, Officer Figueroa. What's the protocol in a case like that? I noticed that the officer got fairly close to the passenger side of the vehicle.
While I can't speak to the tactics of another agency, I can tell you that, whenever we're in a pursuit, we will do our felony stop procedures and have the driver step out of the vehicle and come back toward us to a safe place.
And it's highly possible the driver was asked to get out of the vehicle, and it's possible that he declined at that point, and then that's when officers backed off, got back next to the patrol car, and then the driver took off.
And officer, you're watching this along with us. Can you give us a closer idea of exactly the area they are in Pomona right now?
Sure. The last known location was in Pomona, but in Palomares, just south of 11th Street. So if anybody's familiar with that area, please be safe, be careful, stay where you are, and don't try and come out and intervene and take cell phone footage or anything like that to put it on social media. Let us please bring this to a safe and complete end.
Anything unusual about the vehicle that you know of? We were told it's a Tacoma. It's a pickup truck. Do we know if it's a company vehicle of some sort?
No, we don't have that information.
Looks like now the...
Up to about 55 miles an hour. Would that seem about right?
Well, Officer Figueroa, I know you said he hit speeds at about 90 miles per hour. When do you, at what point do you pick up your pursuit or completely cut it off and just back off?
Well, a number of things go into stopping or, letting a vehicle just stop the pursuit. I'm sorry about that, but it could be a number of things. If we identify the driver, if we feel that they're driving at speeds that could endanger public safety, then the risk of continuing this pursuit is not worth it. But if we could manage the situation, and that's what the officers are doing on an ongoing basis. They have a supervisor on scene, and they will determine and make that evaluation out there. And if they feel that they need to stop it and let it go, then that's what they'll do.
The man may have thrown or set a weapon outside of the vehicle. Is that correct? Can you tell us anything about that?
We don't know what they threw out, but it looks like the suspect did throw something out of the vehicle, and they're looking into recovering it.
Okay, so nothing about what weapon that was, or you don't know what that is yet?
Not from what I can see. I wouldn't be able to speak on it.
Okay, it definitely seems like he's speeding up, even though surface streets right now. Let's, as I said, for people joining us, go through again where this pursuit started and where we are now, officer.
Sure. This pursuit started in the Rancho Cucamonga area on the 210 at Milliken Avenue for a traffic violation, and
might be coming to an end here. Oh, he's run into a residence. Yeah, right now, basically, foot pursuits here. This is the police department. I believe my pilot is telling me this, perhaps the Pomona Police Department. So it looks like he may have run into the lobby of the police station. You can see officers are following. Oddly enough, he knows where he's going, so he just pulled into the police department and surrendered. We don't know what's happening yet inside. I'm listening to the scanner. Hopefully it'll be a code 4 and they'll get that suspect into custody. But again, he just ran into the lobby of the Pomona Police Department here in Pomona. That's a CHP officer. He's going to clear that vehicle, make sure there's nothing else in there, just one person. But again, they're using extreme caution. There it is, code 4, suspect is in custody. And that's good news because they did indicate this person may have a weapon. So that is not the case right now. Suspect gave up in the lobby of the Pomona Police Department. So happy to say this pursuit has come to an end here just before 11 o'clock in Pomona. Yeah, this is the suspect now, and perhaps they're escorting him to one of the units who originally tried to pull him over. We're not too sure what the status is going to be. There's the California Highway Patrol vehicle. He's being escorted by CHP, so hopefully they got their guy in custody, and we'll take him back to where this pursuit started. Pretty much that's what it seems like. If this originated out of Rancho Cucamonga, they'll transfer him there. We'll send it back to you.